Rebels.
You spooked me. You Star Wars.
And Star Wars everywhere. We're talking about Star Wars Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels.
Season Trace.
Yes.
Season Mole Trace for all you Pokemon fans, who are also Spanish. I'm gonna stop talking.
Please stop. Please stop. It hurts us. Okay, yeah, Star Wars Rebels. This is another one that I'm joining onto. This is the first video of this bit. One of these days I'll get used to these TV vlogs, probably right about the moment we end them.
Yeah.
I'll be like, yeah, alright, I like this. What, there's no more? Oh man.
So we left off season 2 with Darth Maul and Vader and Ahsoka.
Oh man.
And the coolest ending to a season of an animated show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was an amazing finale.
It was awesome.
So I was admitting, I was like, oh man, they really have to up their game and they have to prepare for this. And you know what? Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, no, I'm
very happy with the premiere of season 3.
It was one of those things where, and he said this in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. video, and I'll say it probably every time it comes up, I don't like time jumps unless they really get unless they have a very specific reason, or they get sorted out really quickly. Rebels
handled it much better than S.H.I.E.L.D.
Rebels did a very good job, because they had a time jump, but you knew generally what was happening. You saw the immediate effects of it, and it was tackled right then and
because it's kind of like, yeah, they've been doing the same shit, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's like so much stuff has happened.
Yeah, it's like Rebels didn't change very drastically. All the dynamics are still there. The only difference is that Kanan's now blind and doing the whole, questioning himself, self-realization moments.
He talked to a big monkey thing.
Well, Ezra, on the other hand, is doing dark side stuff because he's been training. Learning from the Sith holocron from the finale.
He's been learning the secrets from the holocron.
So yeah, which is obviously that's a big deal. Though I like the fact that a lot of the problem that I sometimes have with Star Wars is that when they focus on the Jedi and Sith stuff, it gets a little over the top. There's, the absolute light and the absolute dark, and the Sith come off as kind of cartoony at times, depending on, which it's going for. There are obviously plenty of times where they've come off very well, and it's still enjoyable even when they're really cartoony, but I like it when they find that mix, when they show the philosophies of Jedi and Sith without, making it like, the Jedis are the bad guys, because they got squigglies on their face and stuff like that.
I need to let you, borrow and read, Lords of the Sith or something.
That would require me doing work.
I mean, it's reading, it's not really work.
Okay, anyways, fair enough. So I'm very glad that Ezra was kind of doing the same. He didn't have the full-on Sith, initiation and training like you would with maybe Maul, or if, they did something really hardcore.
He's in one of those. He's not dark side yet, but he's in a really, really dark gray area.
Yeah, he's gaining a lot of understanding of what the basis of the dark side is.
The highest kill count of anyone in the show so far because of one episode.
Well, assuming you don't count the hundreds of people on each of the Star Destroyers that Hera or whatever messes up every time she bombs them or whatever. I mean, it's Star Wars, but no. As far as personal, one-on-one, Ezra probably is one of the most.
He also does.
He definitely is getting there as far as kill count, but
he also does it in some of the most fucked up ways.
Well, yeah, it's one thing to have a shootout with a stormtrooper and shoot them.
It's another thing to mind control the walker of an AT-AT and just make him kill all his friends. AT-ST. I know the difference. I'm just tired. And shooting at his friends and then walking him off the edge of the fucking...
Yeah, that was messed up. He mind tricked through the walker into the pilot, and the worst part is turn the pilot on his friends to blast him up and eventually shot him and knocked these guys off the platform. But they walked the guy off and everyone else is just well, hey, holy crap, oh shit, that's ridiculous. And yeah, no, it's obviously he's turned into darker things, and this is only fueled by the fact that Kanan's kind of abandoned him as a teacher because he's completely lost faith in himself. which I kind of wish that wasn't so much the case, because they had a fantastic like teacher pupil moment with when they were removing the holocron in the finale. Saying that only a teacher and pupil can do it. Then a cool moment where Kanan had to trust Ezra to lead him to the holocron. It was a nice little moment, and it wasn't undermined by the fact that Kanan just like left for the next year, but I don't know. But that's probably the lowest part I can think of, and it's still kind of a whatever thing. I really like Rebels.
Yeah.
I'll come out and say it's probably my favorite TV show out right now, as far as delving into some interesting characters. Like, I cannot help but fall in love with every single character that comes up. Yeah. Good and bad. Like, even the cheesy villains are just like...
I don't dislike a single character on the show.
Yeah.
Like...
Even when Ezra's at his most whiniest, or, you know, that someone's doing something really stupid, I'm still just like, yeah, but look at him.
He's got dead parents. Give him a break.
I still think his parents are dead. That's a topic another time.
I don't either.
Yeah, they're...
I kind of think they're probably out there somewhere.
Darth Maul's is real dead.
Darth
Anyways,
oh my god.
Wait, no, he is mechanical from... Wait, never mind. Anyways, okay, moving on. So yeah, as far as the rest of the show, like, they introduced Thrawn, which was nice. I mean,
Thrawn.
He was just kind of... It was very much like the whole introduction, but not... He hasn't played a big role yet.
Like, he hasn't interacted with any of the Ghost crew yet.
I do absolutely love his voice actor.
Yeah.
Just comment to the voice actor.
Awesome.
Like, because the way they do his voice, he's very, very soft.
He's velvety.
And yeah, he has obviously the velvety smoothness to his voice that just makes him so charismatic. But, like, he's very soft-spoken and almost, like, has this creepy whisper to his voice. But that's brilliant because, one, you know, as far as like an officer,
he sounds methodical.
It forces. Well, yeah, he's slow and purposeful. He knows exactly what he's saying every time he says it. But most importantly, he makes people listen. You have, because here's the thing, like, you have to shut up and pay attention to hear what he's saying. And if you miss what he's saying, he will probably kill you in a horrible, horrible way, and you know that. So he demands attention with his voice, and that is a brilliant move on the direction and the voice acting,
and like
to give him that kind of presence.
He hasn't done a lot, but what he has done feels like it's going to have an enormous impact.
They already hinted to the fact that he has a much bigger plan. Like, he let the rebels go.
Right, like he's focusing on the bigger picture of like, if we let them go now, we can stop them more entirely later on.
Yeah, and
there's something like you can definitely tell he has some kind of plan, and he's working and he's just kind of playing like the puppeteer at the moment.
Oh yeah.
And he's just getting all the pieces in place, and he's probably gonna fuck shit. And I love it.
Definitely. And another interesting thing about Thrawn being such kind of the villain of the things, that the previous villains of the stories, besides the usual, you know, officers of the Empire, have been the Inquisitors.
But now they're all dead.
The Inquisitors are gone. I mean,
they're all dead.
There certainly could be more out there. I mean,
right.
They didn't say there's
probably
dead.
Some more, but of the ones we knew, Darth Maul made them all dead.
Yeah, they're all the ones we've met so far are gone, and they haven't introduced a new one, which I kind of like, because what that means that not only there's no opposing Force user, so all the dark sideness that Ezra's going through is going to be the Force-related antagonism. I can almost guarantee it. Maul is still out there; he'll participate, but I think it's still going to focus on Ezra. Like, Maul's going to play through Ezra.
Okay, so like
that's I'm almost
with last season. Everybody was like, we want Vader and Ahsoka to fight.
Yeah.
This season, I really want Vader and Maul to fight.
Ooh, Vader and Maul.
I really want that to happen.
Ooh, that'd be a hell of a fight.
That would be so interesting.
Also, you had said you also wanted to see, by the end of the season, Ezra and Kanan fight.
That too.
I mean, they kind of got together again by the end of the premiere.
Yeah, but I don't think
But their relationship is still rocky. And if this dark side stuff persists, which I hope they don't just drop it, if he just like shuns it and goes back to being a Jedi, that'd be kind of lame. Like, maybe by the end, maybe the far end, he returns to being a Jedi, but he needs to go like, they need to play with it more.
Dark first, and then he can go back to being light.
But he killed Stormtrooper number 856. Dude, that is dark.
I know.
He was my favorite Stormtrooper. Anyways, so yeah. Other than that,
187.
Other than that, all the rest of the cast are pretty much the same. I mean, Sabine changed her hair, which was kind of jarring, just because I've been binge watching Rebels to get up to season 3.
I didn't see the trailers of her new hair, so I knew it was.
Fair enough.
So.
But I think it's still like even throughout the episode, like multiple times when you see her, she's got now like bright white with blue tips, and it's just like. It's so weird because it kind of contrasts with the armor, and the other one was almost color coded to her armor, and I don't know why it's one of those things that just kind of stick out to me so much. Maybe it's because I find Sabine kind of like adorably awesome, like badass Mandalorian, cool. But still like she likes to like spray paint and does all this artsy stuff. It's like that's a great combination.
It also is worth mentioning that Darth Maul did not make an appearance in this episode.
Yeah, although the previews for next one.
He will be in the next one, but he wasn't in this one. So, no Maul yet, but we're getting there.
But that's fine by me. I think adding Maul to this episode would have been a mistake.
Yeah,
with
there's
Thrawn
already a lot
happening.
happening.
The focus on Kanan, and the weird, what was his name? Bendu?
The Bendu.
The Bendu.
The Bendu.
Basically, the gray Jedi monster thing. He's a giant like rock monster.
He's the one
bear
in the middle.
creature. Yeah, he doesn't see the Force anything. Which, as again, talking about the philosophies of the Force as an actual philosophy, and not just like here's the faction here and here's the faction here. I love that. So I'm a big fan of this character, and I'm curious where they're gonna go with him.
With me, like I'm on the fence when it comes to Grey Jedi. There's a way to do them, and then there's a way to not do them.
Well, I mean, Grey Jedi themselves, I mean...
They're an interesting concept,
yes.
But I don't like it when they're used to be like, the Grey Jedi are obviously more powerful than the Jedi and the Sith are. They're just the most powerful Force users.
Yeah, if you take the Grey Jedi as someone who gets the best of both worlds, I mean, the Grey Jedi is kind of meant to be
like
balance.
They can have the light side and the dark side powers. It's like, that's not how that works.
Well, I mean... It can be, but it's not. It shouldn't be like like a Grey Jedi should not be as strong in the dark side of the Force as a Sith.
Right. They should be equally good at both, but they shouldn't be masters of either.
Yeah, but even more importantly, the philosophy of them is what always draws me to them. That I think the most strongest part of a Grey Jedi is the fact that they do understand the balance of the Force, which is something that gets talked about a lot in Star Wars canon. And never actually done because it's like we need to wipe out the Sith for balance. That's not.
It's not balance.
Balance something. That's all right. All right.
You mean 2 Sith took out all but 2 Jedi? That's not balance. That's a Star Kid reference. I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know. I don't like the Grey Jedi when it feels like there's something that somebody made up to break like a role playing system. Like I don't like that.
I mean, fair enough.
They're interesting. Like I like their philosophy and I like the idea of them. I don't like when it's just like, oh, some 12-year-old made them to be the most powerful of the.
That goes for everything.
Force things.
There's several Sith characters that do that. There's several Jedi characters that do that. That's just there's several characters in the Star Wars mythos.
Really,
a lot of the extended universe.
Really, anything that is made to that extent, I'm like,
well, yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
Hell, I mean, sometimes when they have something like, when Darth Vader is so ridiculously powerful, it's like, I actually enjoy when Darth Vader gets beaten every once in a while, or at the very least doesn't like just like wipe the floor with everyone. It's fine when he wipes the floor with grunts, but if he actually, he struggles like he's being challenged a little bit, that's what makes him the best. Have you flaws, man.
How much of the comics have you read of?
Not enough.
Vader? In Vader Down, he just takes out like.
I do remember that scene.
A huge fucking unbelievable amount of like rebels, and I'm like, yes.
You see that's fine.
That's
it's
awesome.
just when characters are nothing but that. Just as you said, like.
But like the interesting thing about Vader, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but like he has that like
we've been going on a tangent for a while.
Weird like internal conflict of like.
He's still fighting the whole I want to be the good guy. He's doing it for a right cause.
Yes and no.
Okay.
It's he has that for a while, but like it kind of just becomes more of like he discovers his son in the comics. Like he discovers Luke Skywalker, and it becomes like he needs to figure out what that's all about.
What's this son thing? I don't understand.
I understand. And also like the paranoia of like the Emperor is probably planning to kill me at some point, and I need to be equally able to kill him, because that's just a thing that Palpatine does. He just like asks Vader occasionally, like, "Hey, did you think about killing me today?" And Vader's like, "Yeah," and Palpatine's like, "Cool."
That is the creepiest like bromance I've ever seen. He's like, "Hey buddy, you want to stab me in my sleep?"
I mean, obviously they didn't say it like that, but like
I think they
the
should.
gist.
Next comic will be just like Palpatine.
Because
It's
it's the like relationship of one Sith has the power, the other one craves it, and Vader.
yeah, and that's been this Sith thing, which usually makes Sith kind of like, how do you go for that? That is just seems.
It's very long.
Why would you ever take on an apprentice? Like, that's literally their purpose. That's in their job description, to kill you.
The purpose of the master, though, is to kill the apprentice so the master can get stronger. So the idea is that you
Highlander?
I don't know.
Okay,
the idea is that you train the apprentice to the point where they're not stronger than you, and then you kill them, so you get stronger, and then you get another one, and that continues until your ultimate power. Unlimited power!
Well, I mean, I did... Alright.
Anyway,
cool.
It's very long and complicated.
Yeah, so...
Darth Bane did that, you can thank him.
Alright, let's wrap up. So,
Okay.
Rebels is true to its form. If you liked the show before, Season 3 is just... It's still top of its game.
It's so good.
I'm... Supposedly that they're leading up to Rogue One by the end of this.
I don't know.
Maybe
I mean,
it'd be really cool, and it'd be an obvious thing to do.
There was actually apparently Dave Filoni, who is the showrunner for Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's exactly like stepped down, but he's given like the director job to somebody else who's worked with him.
Alright.
And he's still like acting as like executive producer.
Well, yeah, fair enough. That's fine.
Because he's basically going to be working on another Star Wars animated show.
Oh, lordy.
That's like the rumor at the moment, but I don't know. So that's what it sounds like.
Guess we'll see.
We will see. Maybe it takes place between 6 and 7, and there's that whole animated series.
I mean, I'd be fine with
Maybe
that.
it's a Poe Dameron show, please.
Nah, he's not popular. Not popular enough. Anyways, alright, so I think that'll wrap it up. Rebels, it's good.
It's a good, awesome show. Watch it.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in and watching us ramble about Star Wars stuff. We can probably go on forever. Maybe we'll do like a Star Wars video sometime in the future, but...
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching us ramble.
We have more of these. We got Horror Story we're doing, American Horror Story.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
South Park.
Some South Park vlogs to kind of round us out.
Doing a whole bunch of this.
Cooper and I will be doing The Flash a bit later. When it premieres next week.
I'm going to try to catch up, but I don't know if I can. We'll see.
He's
what
not
happens.
fast enough. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.
We love you. Farewell. That was a really short outro. We just really snapped.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we want to?
We just flashed in. We just like
hate
lightning. Like,
lightning doesn't give you getting hit by lightning doesn't give you super speed.
you're right. It was the chemicals that he hit as well that gave him the super speed.
Oh, is that how that works?
Duh.
Next, you're gonna tell me getting bitten by a radioactive spider gives you spider powers.
Y'all.